Everybody, so let's start our day. So I'm sharing my screen. Everybody, so I'm sure like my screen is visible to all of you. Last time when we were talking about on Friday, in fact, you remember like we were talking about one concept, okay? And what that concept was? Everybody, what that concept was? It was all about talking into everybody. What we were talking about? Hooks. You remember? And we discussed about some hooks like an use effect. We also talk about call use state. You remember? Can we have a quick confirmation, everybody? Yeah. So today we're going to talk about another one. Okay. So let me go back and create another folder here. So today we're going to talk about another concept here, and that is called working with use context. There is a third type of hook which is available in React, guys. Okay, and this is very, very popular. What is the benefit of having this use context? Let me try to brief you. Okay, tell me one thing, like when we were talking about our previous learnings, okay, everybody, when we were learning our previous learnings, if you just open up the components, you remember like we were talking about like an options. Come on, everybody, you remember about the options? And here we had a call main app. Everyone, you remember or not? Everyone, you remember? So the biggest challenge of this kind of application is, you know what? If this is my, okay, let me open up like this. In such kind of environment, if I have components like, yeah, so we have a component like in what? This is the one component name called what? App component. I've got one more component name called what? File component. And we have got, if I have a three components, so always remember one thing, since salary is not a child of app component, okay, it is a child of what? Employee component, and employee component is a child of what? App component. So how the data flows? The data flows like an app component sends the data to the employee component, and employee component then send the data to the salary. Reason is very simple, that the salary is not a child of app. So this is how it was going through. The data was going through like this: app to here, and here to here. This is how we used to send the data. Right? So we want to avoid this, and we want to remove or eliminate the necessity of adding what? the employee component, so that I can send the data directly to where? Everybody, so that we can send the data directly to where? Like this. Okay. So this can be possible with using what? Use context. Use context, what happens? You create a data in a global environment, okay, through which you cut down the necessity of any middleware and send the data directly to them. And that is called use context. And if you see, okay, so here we have called use context. To talk about called use context, you will get to know it shows pretty much complicated. So let me show you in this way. Mm, yeah, see this now here. You are sending this data from here to here directly without including any middleware in between. So use context is an idea to cut down the middlewares and communicate directly to the child, those who really need it. So the advantages of what? Now you can see this example now. Now in this example, if I want to send any data from app component to component G, I can't send it. I have to go through component to app, then I need to go to B, then C, then G. I can't send this data from app component to component G or component F directly. Okay. And that's where exactly the use context comes into this picture. So everybody, conceptually, are you all clear?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so let's go ahead and get this implemented into our code so that we understand the fact of how this can be really useful in our regular development. So what we're going to do now, create a new file here, give a name called, okay, I'm going to create some new components here. And what the component will do, will have the same relationship what we've discussed just now. So, and what is this? We can say context parent. Going ahead, all three components are available here. Okay. Now, after this, under this app, I'll be passing What are you saying? Context demo. Okay, it's ready now. Okay, so we haven't started implementing context. It's just the three components we have created it and made it available. Okay, so please go ahead and try to get this ready so that we can go ahead and start working on this. So three component context demo, employee app and salary app. Let me know once you're ready, please. Let me know, guys, once you guys are done. If you're all done, so let's talk about how you can utilize this into the program. Okay. So once again, in case if you want to perform any sort of state management related features, so you need to understand how the context can be created and how you can make this available to the others. Okay. So what I'm doing now in my context. Okay. So here we are saying const. Okay. Const deploy context equal to react dot create context. So we're saying react dot what create context, or else so you can see it is imported from here. Okay, dot create context. After this, within this component, I would like to create a data here by saying const employee employee equal to use state. You remember about use state to initialize the state here. And here I would like to initialize my state by saying id colon 101. Second, I'm saying name colon admin. Then I can say location, Poland. One more I can say like this. So we have got one object with me, okay, and this object I would like to associate, okay, with my context so this other component can make use out of it. Okay, so how you can pass? So you can pass this context to my employee. So this employee, whichever is there with me, okay, so I can just use this option like an EMP context, okay, dot provider provider space value equal to what is the name here for employee. So this name I'm passing it here. Okay, so this employee, whichever we have created, this I would like to pass it here. So this under the context I'm passing this employee up here. Clear now? And in this employee, wherever I want to use it, I can use it easily by telling about this is my context by saying let con equal to, I can use what, use context and use what, EMP context here. Okay, and now inside this I can access everything like welcome to employee wherever we're giving it now. This I can give it to my h2 tag, and here I can use this option like this on, I can say on, we have like this, copy this like this. You can get other properties too. Guys, I hope you're able to understand. Everybody, are you able to understand now? Everyone, please confirm, are you able to understand what we did? So we have basically created a context and created this state and pass this context state under this context here by using what? Come on, provider equal to what? Employee. Okay, and using what? Employee app. And this employee app we are passing under where? Under this context, and from here we're retrieving the values just like that, like this. Okay, so just try and confirm if it is working fine for all. Friends, if it is working fine. So Swapna and Gaurav both are updated. What about others? Everybody, if it is working, then can I pass the same data to the salary app also? But in salary app, I only want to display what employee name and salary. So please make sure that you pass the same data to the salary app. But in salary app, I only want to display what the name and the salary. That's it. Are you clear, Sagar, Ashwini, and everybody? Everyone. Can I also pass the data from context to the salary app? Pass it and let me know, please. I'm waiting for all of you. Let me when the salary app is also working, please, by typing done in a chat window. Everybody, so if you all are done, only Sagar and so Sagar, for you this is working fine, the code? Okay. So guys, if it is working, then I want you to basically go back to the code you remember. Everybody, do you remember about you were using the code called this one? Everybody, main app. You were passing the data from main app to options and options to option. You remember everybody? So you were passing the data from main app to option, option to options. Can we directly pass the data to the options also from main app to options in the same way? So this would be the way through which you can consider it. Your application can provide you what? The stateless functional component. Are you clear, everybody? Everyone, are you all clear? Okay. So now we understand the context of how we utilize this into our regular development. Now, our next question, which we are talking about, and this is also called lifting state up. Sorry, we're talking about our concept like in higher order component. Everybody, what we're talking about, our next type of concept like in what? HOC. The full form of HOC stands for what? Everybody, higher order component. Just give me a second, please. Yeah, everybody. So we are talking about one concept like in what? The concept like in higher order component. Okay. So in our higher order component, everybody, so we have a kind of requirement. Okay. So what is a higher order component? Higher order component is going to give you the kind of concept. What is the concept? Higher order component says like uh, you can, sorry, what to say about a higher order component? They say in higher order component you can pass the component as a parameter. Again, I'm telling you, you can pass what component is a parameter to get a new component. Okay. Again, I'm telling you, they say you can pass a component as a parameter to get a new component. So the higher order components are very, very simple. They say in higher order component, you enforce the reusability. Swapna and everybody, what we're talking about this, they say in order to, in fact, to achieve the reusability, you talk about a concept like a higher order component in which you are passing the component as a parameter, okay, to get the new component. Okay, so to pass a component itself as a parameter to get a what as a new component called higher order component. So if I just show you here, say according to the documentation, what they're saying. See this, reusing the component logic. Clear? So you can see this is a new component and you're passing here the previous component is a what as a parameter. Are we clear now, everybody? This is a function that takes a component and returns us what is a new component. Guys, are you able to understand? Are you clear, everybody, what I'm trying to say? Everybody, are you able to understand what I'm trying to say? So we have to basically go back and create how many components? Everybody, three components we want to create it. How many? Three components we want to create it in the same file. And what those components name will be? Come on, these components name will be employee reports, department reports, and project reports. How many components? Everybody. So this will be the top level component, and between these there will be two components will be available. Department reports, and third we're talking about called. So total three components you guys have to create it. They will be all individual components. Are we clear now? So they will be all class-based components. Are you clear? Kept it under the same file. So total three components you have to create it: employee reports, department reports, and project report. Are we clear? Just like the this component you people have created it: employee app, salary app, and this one. Similar way you have to go and create which components: employee reports, department reports, and what project report. Are you clear, everyone? Everyone in a same file, just like in dummy class components. And let me know once you're ready, please, so that we can tell you how to make it. Okay, I'm waiting for all of you. Yes, in the same file, Sagar. Let me know, friends, if you're ready. Everybody, please update me if it is working. So Swapna only has updated that it is working fine. What about others? Sagar, for you it is working fine. Friends, please update if it is ready and working. Everybody, so if it is ready, then can we go back and take a break now? Everybody, can we go back and take a break? Everyone, can we go back and take a break now? Okay, so I'll see you in another 10 more minutes to start our day. Okay, thank you. Everybody, so let's get started now. So you remember, like we were talking about this, the new component which I told you. So here we're going to create a new file here and get the name called what? Employee report. Okay, please watch it carefully. Extends component. Okay, so when I say extends component here, so what we're expecting it now, first of all, we'll be initializing our state, and here we are just using this option call. Okay, so we are having this state with initializing with employee 0. Post this, we are using component in mount. Okay, and you remember we were using one concept like in JSON placeholder. Okay, so there are multiple type of options are available here. Okay, like in users, you talk about users. So you can take that option here. The same what we used it earlier also. But this time we'll be using another type of API that is called what a fetch. Fetch is the by default URL through which you can just make a call. So let me copy this. ip.com dot users. That is the URL available for me. And here we are using dot, and then here we are using res dot json. Okay, we are saying dot, then again we are using one local variable that is also called what a result. Okay. Let me add one more here, the result, and here we'll be writing option like in this dot set state employees result. Closing this here. Whatever the URL we are basically using it now. In case if you want, so that is how the URL would be. Okay, so that's the initialization phase which we have it now. Then we can talk about render. Okay, and in that case you can talk about what a return, and this return you can just tell like what of the data you would like to take it now. Okay, but tell me why we are getting this error here. For everybody, why we getting this error here? Yes, everybody, what is missing?
Rounded bracket.
Sorry,
Rounded bracket is missing.
which location?
118 itself. No, on 18, on 17.
Ah, Here in my written keyword, I would like to use some of the details which I want to show to my users. Okay, so in this return, we have a call return. Let me have div tag with me, and inside this div tag, we would like to use loading. So we want to load what? The employee data. What we don't want to load, everybody, employee data. So we can say loading. And after this h3, we can just use the tabular format to display the data. Okay, so we can just use table, and under this t head, and here we're using tr. In this tr, we are going to give th. In th, what we are using, what are the properties I'm having it now? If I'm talking about users, we will call id, name, username, and email. ID, name, username, and email. So ID, ID, name, username, and email. Okay, tr and t head is getting closed, and we're going to start working with what? T body. In T body, we like to iterate through all. So what I would like to do now here, employees dot map emp. Okay, so what we're using now here, this tr, what we are passing, we use key to get the data equal to what? emp.id, that is will be another tr. Then we'll be using what? td. In this td, what we are using now here, emp.id. But tr will be closed here later. I copy this, name, so the properties I'm having it now. So the table tag is getting closed just the way it is supposed to be closed here. Are you clear now? So these are the details I'm having it now. So later on, we have a call class export d for class employee report. So let me try to make it. Guys, are you able to see this now here properly? Everybody, please confirm. Are you able to see this now? Guys, please confirm. Are you all clear? So this is the data which I'm having it right now. And this data, I would like to use it the way I want my applications to behave like it. Okay, now the same example which I'm having called employee report. Okay, everybody, the same logic which I'm having it for what? Employee report. I would like to make it also for what? For the department reports also. In the same class, I would like to go back and create the department reports also. So let me say we're using which option? Department reports. Everything is going to be same as it is the way we were using it. Okay, but with the help of what? The different URLs. Okay, so like here in the department data, everything is going to be remain same. There'll be no challenge at all. So this dot set state, rather than using what employees, we can basically use what department. What is it? We can use what, everybody? Department. So I actually want to tell you like initially how you can initialize the condition. So we are using what department here. So department colon result. So loading department data, and here you may have some different results compared to what the URLs. Like you're talking about like an ID name, okay, and you may have what the different URL whichever you're interested in. Clear now, and that's where exactly we want to use it now. Component mount, I may use the same users, but I may use what the other tools here. So here I may have used which option here. I may have used this option like in company. Okay, I may use what the address or anything whichever I wanted to use now. So everything is going to be remain same. So I'm having this called this dot state department dot result ID. So you can basically decide what type of states you want, and accordingly you can take it up. So here we have a call employees where we have used this. Here we talk about what everyone. So department here, loading department data, ID name, user, and email. Okay, this dot state dot dept dot map emp. All the details are available here. Okay, so it is saying export default. Let's say only one export defaults are allowed in your entire applications. That we anyways understand, like because in a one single class, everything cannot be available where into your environment. So what you can do in that case is the way we have talked about employee report, department reports, we can change it to in a different formats altogether. So what we can do, come on everybody, what we can do here, we can remove this export keyword from both. We can create one more class here called what, okay. So here what we can do, we can do here, everybody, we have a called admin dashboard. So here using what, guys, does it make sense now? Everybody please confirm, does it make sense now? Everybody please confirm, does it make sense? So because in one single class, or sorry, one single file, I cannot have a two export. So I basically wrapped it all three under where under the main admin dashboard, and I can see these records are being used now. Okay, so now what I'm doing is I'm trying to share only one component with all of you, that is called employee report. I think the component you have already created. In fact, I told you this task here: employee report, department report, and project report. Okay, already I've told you. The only thing is what you need to just fill this data within that. I'm sharing with you this complete. Try to make it and let me know once you are done, please. The code here, I've shared this code. Please make it and let me know once you are done. Guys, once you are done, please everybody update me. The code is working fine. Everybody, so since you people are understood and done what we are talking about, now let me talk about one more option here, one more example here, which will let you feel even more better. Here in my application, I'm going to create the new file here and give the name called. Okay. In this HOC demo.js, everybody please understand. We would like to go back and create some really standard development because I told you the the component which we're going to create higher order component, they basically do what? They take the input and return the new output into your applications. And that's what we are trying to do now within my code. Okay, so let's go back and create such kind of components into my developments. So here I'm saying function, please everybody watch it. Function report HOC, and here we are passing input component, comma, input data. Please everybody watch it very carefully. It is really very important to understand how higher order components really work in terms of giving you what, come on, the new and the fresh data. So here with this function, I'm saying return class, class extends component. Okay, so let me try to use like this. So this is the, you can see the function which takes input component and take the input data, and here it says return class extends component, and now here we're going to initialize my state. Please watch it. State equal to this. Now here in this state we're defining data. Okay, and also we're defining columns. We are saying input data dot columns, and we are saying header input data dot header. Okay, so we have this report HOC which is available to me. Clear everyone? So that is a component which we have. In fact, it is a function, I would say, rather I have basically created it. Okay, now I would like to use or create a component, okay, which will be using this data to collect input from the application. Okay, now here after this I would like to say component. So we have to create a, when you say this statement like in what, the return this by class extends component and state here. So we would like to say component did, everybody what we say, component did mount. Okay, what we're saying, component did mount. In this component did mount, what I would like to do, same thing whichever we have done it, but it will be different this time. I'm saying what, fetch, here we are passing what, everybody, input data dot URL. You will really happy to see what I'm trying to offer you. Okay, and we are saying dot, then we are not passing any URL. Earlier we have hard coded our data like JSON placeholder. You remember Rahul, Sagar, Umera? Earlier we were hard coding our data, isn't it? So this time I would not. We will be passing at runtime. We are saying dot, then res dot JSON. Okay, and again we are saying what, everybody dot, then result, and what I'll be doing it now, this dot set state. Okay, and what we are saying, data colon result. So we are setting it up. Okay, so it is a very simple and straightforward way offsetting the state, so we can utilize them as we really want it. Okay, and here once it is done, data equal to result. So let's utilize this in much more better way. So here it is getting closed, this is getting closed, so this curly braces is getting closed, another curly braces is getting closed, the round brackets is getting closed, there's another curly braces getting closed, and here after that we're using what? Render. Okay, and in this render we are saying what? Everybody return, and here we are using what? A component. Now you might be thinking like, what is this data is all about? So do not worry, I will explain you what the data is. But it could be what a kind of input what we are expecting it from my outside applications. Okay, so here that is the return keyword, and three curly braces are getting closed, and we are using data extend component. Okay, and here we're using what? Everybody data. The variable which we are having is called data equal to what? This dot state. So let me close this here. Okay, like this. So what we did is we have basically took this data from here and passed this state to where? To the another component. So in this data, whatever the state I'm retrieving it, I'll be passing it to what? To my data components. Okay, so that is what we're trying to use now. And that is very, very special for my application perspective. Okay, so now coming back to my application, which is my this component which is called data. Here we can just use render, and let me say return. Okay, so going forward we would like to use the same into my code. Okay, so return. After this we are using what? Div tag here. So let me have this h2, and what we're using it now in my h2. I do not know what is my header, so header I can take it from my application. Okay, so we are saying this dot props dot header. So header means what? A header value. You remember that last time we were talking about this statement, loading employee data. So this is a header information. So we were very, very hard coding it. So this time we would like to take it at the runtime. Okay, and after that what we'll be using it? The table. After this h2, in this table what we're using? tr. In this tr what we're passing? Dot dot data dot columns. So remember, like parent is passing the data to the data. You see this now. Here you're passing what? The state contains two properties called what? Come on, data columns and header. So that is what we're retrieving it. This dot props or data dot header, this dot props or data dot columns. Because columns will be getting multiple records, so we are using what? Map here, using C. And here we're using this option like in what? TH. In this TH we are using what? C here. Okay, so it is getting closed here, and after that we'll be using what? The table data, in which we would like to have the data. Everybody, are you getting it now? Just like we have a call value which we're defining it now, tr is getting closed here. So what will be using it now? T body. Inside this T body, what I'll be using it now? I'll be saying this dot what props dot data, okay, dot data dot what we're using map here. In this map, sorry, we're using this variable like in R. Okay, and here let me try to add tr. Okay, inside this tr, what we're using it here, tr key equal to r dot id. So in this tr, we are defining this dot props dot data dot columns dot map. So we're talking about columns here. We just use what C, and here in this C we use what PD here. So just see what we're really doing it now, everybody. So we're using under this T body, what you think, this dot props dot data dot map, and after this we're using this R, and we are using this tr equal to what, sorry, I forgot to, okay, so we're using this option called this dot props dot data dot columns dot map. We're using this C, and we're using what, the data inside this td. What we're using here, R, and here we're using what, the C as a data here, the data, and here after this everybody, what will be using it now here is getting closed. Okay, like this. Okay, after that we have got tr which is getting closed here. So yeah, what is getting closed after this? This tr is getting closed here. Okay, after this tr, once again we are closing. Okay, and after that we are closing what, the T body. So guys, this is what the data we are using it now. So in this data, we are picking up the data from where, from my this one, whatever the data we are retrieving it, and we are passing it right over here. Okay, and later on, I may be having the main reports which we want to generate it and display it right over here. So through these reports, I can make these components available to wherever I want it. Okay, so now let me try to tell you what we really wanted. So accordingly, we can use it now. So here, once this class is ready, okay, so we can basically go back and create another component here, and that is called reports component. Which component we're going to create? Everybody, the report component, and let's see what report component really does. So here, everybody, class report extends react dot, or we can say extends component is the one thing, and then render so that is the report which I'm having it now, and you will see the beauty of this application starts the moment my application will pick up. Now see the first option, what you'll be realizing it here. Okay, so you see like here the report HOC takes two input component and the input data. So what I'll be doing it now, after this report is getting closed, okay, I'll be saying const, everybody watch it. I'm saying what, a const. Okay, and inside this const, what we're using it now? Employee reports. Report HOC, data, and report. So we're saying const employee report equal to, please watch it. We're using report HOC, which is a top level component. It takes two parameters, input component and the header value. So we are saying report HOC, and inside this, what we are passing? Reports, which is nothing but my component type. And inside my reports, please watch it. This is the final option, comma. We are passing what? Everybody URL. What is the URL we are talking about? Everybody. Which URL we are talking about here? This one. I copy this URL. Okay, so we're copying this URL, and next option will be what? The columns. Okay, so we are using this comma and pass what? The columns. So what I'll be doing it now here? See this columns we are passing, and what columns we are using it now here? Come on, everybody. ID colon what? Everybody. Name. Let me try to put it in a second. ID name. What next parameter we have it? Username. And the last property which we had it here. Which property, if you remember? Email. So let's put what? Email. Okay. And the next concept which we were using it here, that is called what? The header name. So we are saying, sorry, header colon what? The give name we would like to give loading employee data. So guys, this is my first report called what? Employee report, which we have basically taken it up here. Are we clear? So just like that, I would like to also take what? One more, that is called what? Everyone, department report. In this department report, you can define what you really wanted. Not necessarily you need this. You perhaps need another URL. Clear? So what you can do, I can just go here and inside this JSON placeholder, let me try to find it on the another URL with so-called what? Called to do's, where we have this option like in what? User ID, title, and what? Completed. ID, title, and completed. So we can take that. So what is the name I can give? Everybody. ID. We have a four option called user ID. Let me use the same name there. ID, title, and one more that is called completed. And saying loading. Data. Perhaps I'm using this different one. Okay, in my application. Okay, 1 second, please. So you've basically taken two different type of reports because both of the reports have a different URLs and a different properties are available. Getting it, everyone? So that's the magic which we are creating it. And later on, what you can do, you can basically import both the things where inside your main application. So here in my employee report, I go back and I copy the same and make it available here. Export to admin dashboard, we have a call what employee report and DPT report. Here we have added it now. Are you clear, everyone? So this admin dashboard, whichever we are talking about, it comes from where? From the HOC demo. So let me go back to my HOC demo. Const guys, how's that? Guys, are you clear? But we need to check about what we need to make it up because it is sources console. They say validate message default your code has to be generated by the browser. So something is missing inside this case, which you can use it and fix it by your own. Can you fix it, everybody? Everyone, can you fix it? Everybody, please confirm. Can you fix it? Guys, please confirm. Can you fix that? But see, what is the beauty of this example? We have a call report HOC, which is internally returning the component to you, which is taking two parameters, input component and input data. Clear? And here after that, what happens? You are having this data component and this data component is taking the data from the parent component and preparing all these necessary records. And here in our, we have created two different type of components, two parameters we are passing in. Number one, the component name that is an input, and second, the header data. And that we are passing it is like this. That's it. Your job is done. So try this and try to figure it out and let me know once your code is ready. Okay, I've uploaded a code. Now you try and check this out. Okay, Humera, Rahul, Ashwini, please confirm. Prakash, can you do that? Everybody, please confirm. Can you do that? Okay, try and let me know. Sayan, let me know if it is working. Try to fix the error and let me know, guys. Good job, Kaushal. So, Kaushal, you were able to fix that error?
यस
क्या था प्रॉब्लम? क्या कहाँ पे फिक्स किया?
स्क्रीन शेयर करता हूँ बताता हूँ
हम्म
ये देखो यहाँ पे मतलब पूरा प्रिंट हो रहा है इससे बस ओनली कंप्लीटेड विच इज ए बुलियन वैल्यू दिस false that is not printing here only completed.
That's okay.
Yes, so first issue was fixed here, added t head here and this is added into the curly braces header and after that this to do is added here and after that here you mentioned as a curly braces which is replaced with the round bracket is changed. Here it is not a curly braces, here is a round bracket. So these three places changed only.
Okay. But
that's
Kaushal,
it.
But Kaushal, did you understand the main reason why the higher order components are used?
Yes.
So do you think this is the most useful feature?
Yes.
Okay. In what manner? Like you can see, you can decide at a runtime which type of component you needed it like that.
Yes.
Because
so multiple things we are calling multiple orders, so we can change here only and we can do dynamically generate the report all.
Means what? The templates can be used dynamically.
Yes.
Okay, because your application might have 3 records, application might have 5 records. So the template can be used again. So you're passing data as a parameter to one component and getting the another new component. That is called higher order component. And this is one of the very, very important design patterns people use it.
Yes, yes.
Can you just copy and paste this into the code share so that others can also take a look? Copy and paste it and make it available there.
Okay. Done. Tested in code share.
Thanks, Kaushal. Everybody try to fix it and let me know. Okay, can you do one more important thing, Kaushal and others? Can you also go back and create one more type of, I would say, the print statement like Avi, what you're using it? Everybody, what you're using it right now here? You're using three different type of components I was expecting. पहला क्या आप लोग के पास? What was the first you were using it? Employee reports, department reports. Can we also go back and create one more type of report called project reports? Kaushal, Prakash, I want you to create one more component name called project reports. There you pass another type of URL and display the message called what project report where you can pass another URL and another data. Can we do that? Kaushal, Sagar, Ashwini, everybody, can we do that? So go back and create one more. Give the name called what project reports and let me know. waiting for all of you to kindly update if the code is working. So Sagar, Prakash, Gaurav, Rahul has updated me. I'm waiting for the others to please confirm. I'm sure like everybody is clear about whatever we've discussed today. The two important topics, friends, we have discussed. First, we have discussed about call. What do you mean by use context? And second, we discussed about higher order components. These are the two very, very important topics which we have initialized today. Hope everybody's enjoyed. Everyone, I hope both of you, all of you enjoyed the topic about, because these are the two very, very interesting areas of the React. Okay. So I want you to spend more time with this. So that's it. We are keeping it guys for today then. Okay. So thank you very much for joining. We'll be seeing you back again on tomorrow to take this development ahead and talk about more interesting topics. Okay. Thank you everybody and have a great day to everyone. See you tomorrow.